How's it going, ladies and persons? I'm Sixkilla and welcome back to the Nirvana Initiative. In the last episode we finished up, what was his name? Chikari's SOMNIUM. We're now here at the, I can't remember what the name of the place is, but it was that place from the first game. The headquarters. Let's talk to this boss lady. Tokiko. Do I remember her from the first one? I feel like I do. Wink Slink. Oh, okay. Here we go then.
What is going on here?
There's nothing in there.
Maybe she's not thinking about anything at all.
She's a vegetable.
Her mind is completely blank?
Maybe she reached a state of selflessness.
Oh yeah, real likely. Being the head of a company and shit. How'd you end up here?
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, NICE is a secret organization hidden from the public.
Nice. Very nice.
That's a good thing Boss just happened to know someone who knew this location. Otherwise, we would have been out
I'm
of
sure
luck.
I made that joke in the last series, in the original Somnium files.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates, if I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
Okay, I'll take it. Shit, I ain't gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. How about nice?
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of NICE, a secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us.
Bafflement.
Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
But that's all nonsense.
Aw.
Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. NICE is a perfectly legitimate ideological society.
You can't say legitimate and ideological next to each other. A perfectly legitimate ideological society? There is no such thing. That's ridiculous. This makes me think of Excel Saga.
Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch.
NICE is an ideological society?
This is a common misconception, but NICE is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
Oh my god. So you're Scientologists. I see.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of
Oh,
it?
I see.
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something. That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
You want to destroy the universe to prove your point. Excellent. Great plan.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created.
That's why you don't pick at it. Fuckwit.
Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
I don't think that's a good idea.
This old hack has completely lost it.
Yeah. How will you tear the seams of it? I mean, it's not like simulation theory is disprovable or provable, really. But, so what? How will you tear the seams of the world?
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
Did you say weft? You have a speech impediment? Was that meant to be left, or do you actually? Is there a word called weft?
I don't understand.
You will someday.
When you're older.
It is a prophecy. It will be fulfilled eventually.
You understand that the same day you understand that Santa Claus isn't real.
What is that?
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me.
Why would I ask for the hand sign again? What were you doing around 6 AM on the 9th?
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, her smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location.
Checks out.
It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
Good point. Bats 490.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed. I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG. Just a game. But there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into NICE.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the news.
So you didn't make it.
However, it's completely unrelated to NICE. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
About Chikara?
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Shikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see.
Your relationship with Chikara?
Shikara is a former member of NICE, though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from NICE. You could say they are a sect.
Like Majestic 12. You guys are really good at naming things, huh?
The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society. Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that NICE created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from NICE.
Hand sign. The hand sign is supposed to be that symbol behind Tokiko. Sure, whatever. Mamoru? You're Tokiko's secretary?
Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year. He was a piece of human garbage.
I remember him.
I slugged him in the face and resigned. Then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me.
About NICE?
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really.
Say something funny.
Something funny. There, I said it.
Aw, something funny.
Your badge.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
Ugh.
That's the nonupal X, the symbol of NICE.
Non-upal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-upal is the 9th.
So non-upal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Nizatlaws is derived from 9-Xed lozenge? Lozenge referring to a diamond shape.
Not a thing for your throat?
In other words, Nizatlaws means the 9 X's of the diamond.
Excellent.
By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
I can't wait, frankly.
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
Freyer?
Frey. Frey. I thought I heard that somewhere before.
I am asking the person within you.
Hey, me?
What?
I'm not a Freyer. I'm not Frey in the universe.
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyer?
No?
I see. Then I must have been mistaken.
What is a Freyer? Frey. Frey. Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free. Frey can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure NICE didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of NICE are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
Yeah, hard up.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation, a false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams.
Yeah. Like, deja vu.
The appearance
Matrix.
of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
I relate Tama's story directly to Tokiko.
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
Well, it says free to free. That means someone tore it as seam on purpose. Bye, Frieza. I just noticed she looks like Frieza.
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature.
Could do something when we're not drinking.
It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My
You can
eyes?
teleport.
Just do it!
Okay.
Teleport. No place like home. There's no place like home. A digital representation of the studio.
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio Devita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
Okay.
Alright, let's start looking around.
Virtual reality activation. I see. VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. Tama's special vision mode, such as X-ray mode, can be applied to everything. Oh man. I don't like that, because usually it's contextual for something that is necessary. By changing the special mode, what you can inspect will change. Utilize this to find hidden information. Oh, I see. How do I change the mode then? Oh, normal.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
I see. Okay, well, I can handle that.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's, you know what?
Finger?
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not.
My finger's
A
barbed.
signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
that's not what I meant.
The signboard is stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove, and it's fishhook flavored. Or
What's
cock
this?
flavored, one or the other.
There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily.
So the body exploded.
The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum.
Isn't that like thermite?
This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction.
Yeah.
When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns
It's
violently.
inside a liquidy body as well, so that would probably be pretty violent. Inside the corpse is a fuel that goes off even in the slightest impact, a fuse, and a substance that causes the thermite reaction. Let's see. I can see the back of the set. There are a bunch of mannequins here. Well, that's creepy. I'm very happy about that. Alright, next one. Oh, normal. That's all we got now. It's a big monitor here.
Looks like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
Gotta get my good side. Which is my good side? I don't have one. It's a seat for the quiz show contestants. Indeed. The Armor BTV logo on a huge monitor.
The questions for the quiz also show up here too. Huh.
Why, huh? Isn't that pretty normal?
Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this
I mean,
point.
this should be a representation of when you took the scan, right? So it should be exactly the same as then.
It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors. Someplace warm.
Okay. Like, I don't know, a movie studio?
It's a signboard.
Yeah,
A signboard stuck in the corpse. A camera. The body was shown to the entire world through this camera. There's an electric kettle here.
maybe it's for having tea during breaks.
Man, I hope so. I love a good cuppa. Camera. Another camera. One of those cameras is not viewable for some reason. Is that it? Are we done? Oh wait, what's this? The set is full of dazzling lights.
These aren't good for much other than for show.
That's where the creepy mannequins are. Do we have anything left? Pretty sure we've done... Oh, this one. It's the podium used by the quiz show host. Oh, come on. I don't know what else there is to look at. Confirm the status before the body combusted.
What's this? Getting a better look at it. It looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
The roof? That button.
That way.
I looked at that
Over
button
by that
before.
red lamp. What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
The CNT extending from the corpse was threaded through the ceiling beam and tied to the light switch. Why? So you turn the light on and the body comes out.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You reckon?
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
The truth reenactment allows you to find the truth through the information you've gathered. Answer Tama's questions with the best answer. Only by correctly answering her questions will the truth be reenacted.
Let's get on that now.
Fuck.
First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same
So the
time.
light was just turned off.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well,
The carbon nanotube.
I think I know what did it.
With this thing.
That's the switch that powers the lighting.
Yeah, let's not overthink this. Someone simply walked up and flipped this switch.
But no one was near the switch when the lights went out. Let's try to think of something else.
I meant the carbon nanotube. Can we, look at the carbon nanotube? Someone tripped the breaker then with the electric kettle.
An electric kettle?
Those are easy to trip the breakers with because they're so high powered.
Maybe if someone turned on this kettle while the studio was using its maximum amperage.
But the breaker didn't trip. There must be some other way.
God damn it. I'm gonna beat your ass. CNT.
There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
They pushed the body from the roof, and when it fell down, it flicked the switch.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next
That's what I
question.
thought originally, god damn it.
The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Someone pushed it, presumably. Rigor mortis softened? What? The culprit dropped it?
The culprit must have been hiding up in the ceiling, and when the time was right, they dropped the corpse.
A simple answer, but no. I've already confirmed that no one was up there. Can you think of some other way?
Man, I'm really bad at this, huh? It's gotta be the rigor mortis thing then, right? No one damaged the ceiling beams. Rigor mortis is already fading in the
The
body.
culprit used the mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff, but as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now for the final
At least there's
question.
no penalty for sucking ass at this, which is good for me.
Why did the body explode and
Because of the
burn?
thermite inside it?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode. It's because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor!
Cool.
Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Macademy Award.
Macademy? Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started. Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
It's placed up there, between two beams. We said so already.
it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon. It needs to be soft and squishy. Like an octopus.
What the hell is going on?
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it
Oh,
out.
good.
You made me do it.
She didn't make you say octopus.
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives.
Man, that would stink.
And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion!
Cut! Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Neither. I think it was just to make us look foolish, which we do so well.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't, though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere, just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign.
Because I wanted everybody to scan their QR code.
All so they could spread that QR video.
I mean, even I scanned it straight away. I can't help myself. When I see a QR code, I have to scan it. I can't help it. Why did the culprit blow up the corpse?
Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
About the reason the corpse's cross-section was facing downward.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not
You can
erect.
pee out of it.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
That's pretty clever. About the time rigor mortis would subside.
The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours.
Bit of leeway, bit of opening.
The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, to wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
It's gonna go viral on QView tube, or whatever it's called in this one.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet.
In a football field.
Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean... the director? Shinpei Wagai?
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now, at the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket.
Seeing his girlfriend. Well, that's the perfect time to wrap this episode up here. So in the next one, I guess we'll go see him at Sunfish Pocket and see what he has to say. He got out of the Yakuza. He's on the straight and narrow now, so I don't know. Seems more likely that square-headed dude might be onto it. No, I don't know. He seems pretty... I don't know. I'm just too trusting a person, really. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for me, and I'll see you in the next one.